Hello everyone, I am Nikhil. I have been into astrology for almost a decade now and I have read about more than 500 yet for sure. And most of the kundlis are of referrals, my friends and family members yet. So today we are going to discuss the basic characteristics of your spouse, like for girls the guy and for guys the girl. So first of all, we can actually judge the physical characteristics of the spouse, whether the spouse will be tall, whether the spouse will be short, fair, whether she will be fair, whether like they will be dark, whether they will be like normal toned colors. These things we can actually judge. The second thing we can actually judge from horoscope is actually, let me just enlarge it, the mental capability of the spouse. So how actually you are going to judge the mental capability of the spouse? So for judging the mental capability of the spouse, you have to actually look into Venus's placement in the Navamsa chart, in the ascendant chart, as well as the Drekna chart. These things needs to be analyzed. Okay. The third is the location from where they come. We can also see the direction from which your spouse might come. Not exact location, but we can always see the direction, like north, east, south, and west. Okay, we can also see the strengths and weaknesses of the spouse character, whether she drinks alcohol, whether she drinks beer. Like we can see all these things because most of the times what happen, at least here in Indian society, is like when you actually go out and try to marry someone, their parents see that the girl doesn't drink. At the same time we find out that the girl drinks, or like the girl pretends to be very shy, but at the same time like it does happens. And even with the girls it happened, the guy pretends to be very shy, at the same time he's a very irritating personality. It does happens, like it has happened with many of my friends actually, to whom I have warned 4 years back, and now I'm seeing that they are getting divorced. And probably this was one of the most important reasons of their divorces. So why these all things happen? Like we look up to someone and say that this girl is so good, looks wise, at the same time character wise. Why this happened to her? Why this thing can actually happen to her? We need to say that the only probable answer to this lies in astrology is that she has inherited this from past life karma. Like past life karmas actually come in this life and it actually bites us. So probably she have cheated with her partner in past life, so she is getting the result in this life. Actually according to Rig Veda, this is something how everything works out. And we can also know the career of the spouse. So what exactly we mean by the career of the spouse mean that like whether she'll be in finance sector or engineering sector, or whether she's not going to have a very successful career, or whether after marriage she might leave the career. These things actually we can see. We can also see the financial condition of the spouse's family, and also see how much dowry you're going to get, or whether you're not going to get dowry. These all things can be actually decided by looking at the kundi. So here we have, I have a screenshot of Navams and birth chart. See, there are two charts over here. Like the first one is birth chart and the second one is Navams. Okay, so I just want to say that the Navams is the actual fruit of the birth chart. Like it does happens with a lot of people that once they are married, their basic perception about life changes. Why this happens? Because once you are married, once you are legally bonded to someone else, it does happens that like the your partner is very criminal minded, and if you're working in a government organization, your partner will tell to take the bribe, and at the same time you have high moral standards. What are you are going to do? So things get diluted and concentrated with time. Your personality actually evolve even after marriage, especially because you both are going to live for next 30 years, so the energies of her kundi and your kundi are going to emerge. Okay, right now. So I am just making you clear that the basic chart is different and the Navams is different. How we are going to look into this, I'm just telling you the steps right now. So we have few steps like First of all, you have to check the seventh lord. Then you have to see different aspects on the seventh lord. Okay, let us suppose your seventh lord is Venus. It means that your wife is going to have a lot of attraction towards beauty products. And let us suppose Rahu is looking at the seventh lord. So, due to this beauty and due to this cosmetics you might not like as an individual, you are definitely going to have lots of fight in your marriage. So, like this, we actually see. We have to check different aspects on the seventh house lord, like which planets are looking at seventh house lord, how close the conjunction is. We have to actually look in these all matters. And we have to again, like as I said, for marriage specifically, you have to go to the Navams chart. You have to read the ascendant chart, seventh house lord, seventh lord, aspects on seventh lord, aspect on seventh house. Then you have to go to the Navams and check the strength of the ascendant of Navams. How much point is the ascendant in Navams is getting? Is it getting Astavarga points of above 30 or it is less than 30? If it is less than 30, it is above 20 or less than 20. And if it is less than 20 or 23, what actually happens, like you will be the person who doesn't wants to marry, and still your parents might marry you, but the chances of breakup of your marriage actually increases a lot. Okay, so we have to check these all things. Okay, we have to also check the ninth house of the Navamsa to know the basic religious and non-religious and moral principles of your wife. Whether your wife is very religious or she doesn't believe on God. Okay, these things we can actually see by looking at the Navams chart of yours and looking at specifically at the ninth house of yours. Okay. Similarly, for females, Jupiter in their chart represents the traits of the male that they might get in life. Okay. So if Jupiter is afflicted, there are high chances that you might get a guy who is like physically abusing you. So we can check out these all things from charts. So some of the interesting study that I found out, like sometimes it does happen that the guy is not so good looking, still he manages to get the best girl out there, or the best girl out there is attracted to the guy. Okay, from the guy's perspective, I am saying these all things. So what exactly happens then? Let me see. Let me read this all first, then I will try to explain it. Females born under the sign of Cancer can be moody and fond of frequent changes, something like their ruling planet, the moon. Okay, moon is an emotional planet. Moon doesn't listen to different dasas, priyantar dasas, mahadasas, or antar dasas. Moon never listens. Moon is an emotional planet. So if moon is in seventh house, or somehow moon actually signifies your seventh house, okay, or it actually aspects seventh house, then we can definitely see that these traits will be present in their spouse. I am reading it further. They tend to be good looking. Okay, if the mole is governing, the spouse is very good looking, and I have seen this in more than 100 charts yet. They have youthful appearance. They tend to be wonderful and caring mothers, although they can have an unpredictable nature because these guys get irritated a lot. The child will cry, she will get mad. You will say two things and she might like even leave the house and go and then come back after 2 days. Yet they are very homely and can adapt easily to family atmosphere. Yeah, these people are really very good looking. At the same time, they adapt very fast to the family atmosphere. Okay, some of the going more specifically, some of the more details I want to share right now. Females born under the Virgo and Pisces ascendant, especially those under the Hasta and Revati nakshatra, are likely to possess luster and beauty. Okay, if your planet in the seventh house is in Hasta or Revati nakshatra in your ascendant, or even you can say the ascendant of Navamsa or the seventh house of the ascendant chart. Okay, either in these two, if the planets are in Hasta and Revati, the girl you will get will be very charming for sure. You can say the girl will be independent and they are going to take care of the family, their husbands properly. They are sensitive, highly emotional, and their face is a mirror of how they feel inside. Actually, what actually happens in Revati Nakshatra is like the girl will be very good looking, she will be very cute. You will see a lot of cuteness in her eyes. Okay, these things actually happen when you have planets in Revati or Hasta Nakshatra, because these two planets are ruled by Jupiter, which actually signifies gods of planets, and like it Jupiter in your chart signifies divine wisdom in your chart. So these girls will be definitely very good looking. At the same time, they are going to have a very good character. Females born under Taurus and Libra ascendant, especially those born under Rohini and Visakha nakshatras, are good looking. Generally, people say that Rohini is the best planet nakshatra to be in. Like if your seventh planet is placed in Rohini nakshatra, you will get the most beautiful spouse of the whole world. It is followed by Pusya, Hasta, then Visakha nakshatras. So it's the whole game of nakshatras, and its closeness to the, actually there is a rock point in nakshatras, we say it, and degree wise actually the planets would be very close to that rock point, that specific degrees, because one house that we see in kundlis of around 30 degrees. So they make sure that whenever they work, it may be their office or kitchen at home, the place is never dirty and messed up. They are great organizers and very talented in managing family finances. They will always try to save money from their monthly budget, like these saving money. As an individual, they are much favored as they keep themselves up to date. Yeah, like if your wife is from like Rohini or Visakha nakshatra, or if your planet sitting in the seventh house signifies Rohini or Visakha nakshatra, or your Navamsa ascendant signifies Rohini and Visakha nakshatra, then one thing is for sure, if like she will be very trendy either in clothes, you can say, and also in at her workplace, you can say she will be like always interested in learning new technologies. She will always be fantasizing about wearing the best clothes, newest types of clothes that come in the market. These things are definitely seen, and they are very caring mothers. Actually, girls born in Rohini and Visakha nakshatras, what actually happened with them is like they have not very good, frankly speaking, not very good childhood. So what happens, they try to raise their children. They will be always behind their children. They will work very hard for their children. They will give the best possible education to their children. But girls of Rohini and Visakha nakshatra needs to understand that no matter how much they try, it also depends on their children's ability to learn new things. Frankly, like I have seen with my friends, these things actually happen. Thanks guys, I think we are done with the